Good evening. My name is Sue Guilford with League of Women Voters, North Orange County. The League of Women Voters and the candidates and I welcome you to tonight's forum. The League of Women Voters is a trusted, nonpartisan political organization that has been active for over 100 years. While we never endorse a candidate or party, we are directly involved in shaping the important issues to keep our community strong. As a League member, I have the opportunity to contribute in ways that have great impact on local, state, and even national issues. If you're interested in learning how you can make a similar impact, I encourage you to pick up the League information available tonight. We welcome both men and women as members. One other note, all of our candidates have been invited to post their information on vote411.org, which is a free website provided by League of Women Voters where voters can see what's on their ballot and candidates can post their information for free. Not all of the candidates have posted their information, but there's still time to do so. Assisting us this evening are timekeepers Jerry McNenny and Kathy Dasney, who I believe do not live in Buena Park, which is our goal. I don't live here either. And we also have Marcy Fry, Deb Votz, and Naomi Jew as question sorters. The question sorters will be simply combining questions. We won't allow personal attacks, and we want to concentrate as much as possible on issues that are really important and pertinent to the community. The candidates for Buena Park City Council are, and is somebody going to be bringing them in? They're here. Oh, they're here. I'm sorry, I didn't see them behind me. Carlos, reading from left to right, Carlos Franco, Susan Sawney, John Dade, Paul Gonzalez, and Lamia Hoke. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Okay, thank you. So we have asked community members, let's see, before we begin, I want to review some ground rules for all of us. Please turn off your electronic devices. I've turned off mine. I do have it so I can see the clock, but I've put it on do not disturb, so nobody's going to call me. The candidates drew lots to determine their seating order. We're going to allow 2 minutes for opening statements, 1 minute for each answer, and 1 minute for closing statements. Our timekeepers will be warning you at 30 and 15 seconds with a red card that your time is up. The ushers and greeters, could you please identify yourselves? Because they have cards to hand out to the audience members on which you can write questions. And, the audience is part of this. This won't work unless you submit us questions. The questions that are personal attacks will be discarded. And of course, we want to prioritize questions that are pertinent to the work of the City Council. In order to have time to answer as many questions as possible and to make certain that all answers are heard clearly, we ask that you hold your applause. At the end of the evening, we'll thank all the candidates. Our goal is to end this forum at 7:30. No, 8:30. Is it 8:30? Yeah, we're starting at a little after 7. And so we are going to start with our opening statements now. And our first opening statement will be from Mr. Franco.
Thank you, everyone. 안녕하십니까, buenas tardes, and good afternoon, Buena Park. I'm Carlos Franco, and I'm the only candidate running in District 2 that is present here today. I hope to answer all of your questions. I have a lot of genuine love for this community, and I'm born and raised in Buena Park through and through. Thank you so much.
Do you support or oppose Measure R, the city's 1% tax measure, and why? And what will you do if it doesn't pass?
We have done surveys through the city. I have been knocking on doors and listening to what our neighbors have to say. And through the qualitative and quantitative research, the community has spoken that this is going to be a service that they're looking for, right? Our Buena Park residents are seeking more of the already high quality service that we're offering. And I aim to represent what people want in Buena Park. Lucky for us, it's the residents that are going to have to decide if that moves forward or not. So that's the beauty of Buena Park. Thank you.
What is your plan and recommendations for dealing with the homeless problem here in Buena Park?
Absolutely. Homelessness is an issue that's actually close to my heart in various ways. To put it very succinctly, I've had an experience. I live really close to the city hall, and I've had an experience where a homeless person has broken into my house. It's harsh. For me, as a single person who has no problems with safety, I don't mind it, but I could only imagine what other families are going through. Here's the thing. Buena Park has always led with compassion. And very quickly, it was 1 year ago when I was helping one of my clients hire someone and who turned out to be unhoused. As soon as I found out that person was from Buena Park, through a medical bill actually, uh, I went to our navigation center and made sure they had a shelter bed the very same day. They also had an Uber to drive them for work for an entire month. Our system works for those who want it to work. And if it's the will of the people to increase the resources available to the city on November, then we will have more of already great resources. Not to say that there isn't an opportunity for us to reevaluate what's already happening. And I think with an active city council, we will have more attention to this issue. Thank you.
Businesses sometimes try to influence city council members and their decisions. How will you remember to consider the residents first?
Thanks for the question. That question seems to be a little bit incomplete because at sometimes these businesses are also residents. Like myself, I'm a local business owner here in the city of Buena Park. I'm incorporated, I have a business license and operate directly out of my city. I am an advertiser by trade. So for me, it's not about turning a blind eye. For me, it is about transparency. For me, it is about inclusion, and it is about collaboration heavily. The local businesses are a pillar of this community, just like City Hall is, just like local organizations, just like schools are, just like the constituents that we represent are. So in an inclusive and collaborative nature, I aim to listen and work with anyone that is working to make a brighter, better Buena Park. Thank you.
How are you going to improve the Latino community's opportunities and resources?
Thank you. And a great segue into this one. District 2 is home to the most Latino residents in comparison to the rest of Buena Park. It is the most apartment dwelling, and according to a sustainability report, it is the most heat impacted. There's a lot of things happening, including the crime that happens, which according to our PD is considered part of Beat 1 patrolling. There's a lot of things that happen in our community, in our district. And if I've knocked on as many doors as I've knocked on this cycle and the last cycle, and consistently, my aim is to get Latino voters, Latino residents, even if they're not voters, involved. Not just Latinos, but everyone else in our community. I really do aim to connect in most of the populations here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Nothing can get done unless people get involved. And I'm going to be bugging a lot of people here. Thank you.
The next question is, would you be willing to ban e-bikes in the city? And Mr. Franco, I believe no. Did we get you on that one?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Franco, you'll start with that one.
I don't see the need of banning e-bikes. I see the need for an opportunity for us to teach responsibility to those that use e-bikes. It's like any tool, it can be dangerous, but ultimately, it's a tool that gets us from point A to point B. If anything, I push for complete streets and more walkable communities. That's gonna work us towards more sustainability and less dependence on perhaps other types of vehicles that we have to invest in so much, like gas, oil changes, maintenance, insurance, etc. That could be more liability. That's where I stand on that. Thank you.
Can you identify issues in the city that you would like to address as soon as possible? Mr. Franco?
I'm the first one to say that you do not need to be on city council to create a positive impact in your community. The most important thing for us to do is to get involved. I've been waving the Buena Park flag for many years, year after year, and more than just dreaming, I am doing. I'm the type of candidate that rolls his sleeves up and gets to action, not just have a vision. So quite frankly, as the only candidate of District 2 who is able to speak Spanish, which is my first language, English, and has made an effort to communicate in Korean, I want to get as many people involved, not just in District 2, but in our entire community, to keep it that, a community, not just another city. Thank Thank you.
What should the city's role in addressing climate change be? Or what should be the city's role in addressing climate change?
Well stated. And in addition to that, the city's doing a wonderful job by newly creating a sustainability department. I've worked closely with our sustainability manager here and have asked a numerous amount of questions. As previously stated, District 2, according to the sustainability report, is the most heat impacted in comparison to the rest of the city. Part of that could be that we need more trees. Part of that could be that we need a reduction in traffic that makes life hard, right? Life hotter and possibly harder as well. Our solution here in Buena Park is not to govern and set policy only. It is to get involved and get our people involved, because this sustainability portion, this heat or environmental concern that we have, can be easily solved if everybody just does their part. And in order to do that is to start knocking on doors. So everybody here in the audience and watching at home, start doing something about it. We're all here rooting for you. Thank you.
In addition to the community in general, which specific people and organizations are you most proud to be supported by?
I answer this with gratitude. Instead of polluting the streets with yard signs, people of Buena Park know what Carlos Franco has done year after year. And I'm very proud to have the support of our local residents. I'm very proud to have the support of local teachers, of local students, volunteers, and leaders. I'm very proud to have the support of local workers. Buena Park is a diverse community. And as far as organizations go, having the support of our city's organizations is, how can I say this? It only backs up what we're already trying to do here, and that's make Buena Park a better place. Thank you.
What do you do now and what have you done in the past to find out what's important to your constituency?
Year over year, I have been involved with this community in different ways, and I have sustained that involvement for the last 15 plus years. So whether it be my involvement in local organizations like the Buena Park Sister City Foundation, which has a relationship with South Korea, and we have a student exchange, my involvement with Buena Park Rotary that took a special place in my heart by helping me get as involved from 15 years ago, or the very active Buena Park Noon Lions that have played a significant role in our community as well. Our local organizations need to survive, and I need you to get involved so that we may continue having a community. We're all going to have challenges, and we're all going to innovate in order to solve our issues. As a person who eats what he kills, as a local business owner, I tend to bring that to City Council. Thank you.
Are there any plans for the vacant properties on Beach Boulevard that's next to Rock and Brews across from McDonald's? I don't live in Buena Park, so does that tell you what you need to know?
I would assume it's enough for me to know. And I got to tell you that Buena Park is so proactive. There are always great plans. But I'm going to leave it to the experts that are a little bit more in touch with those plans to explain those details for you. I'll tell you personally, I'm very excited as a very active person. Thank you.
What are your qualifications for this office? Experience, vision, and finances.
Let me start by saying this. This is the second time I run for City Council, so by now I am a politician. And as an advertiser by trade, guess what? I'm a salesman too. And that's exactly what moves our economies, moves the dial on anything you want. I have the experience to work with people. That's what this city needs. That's what this City Council District 2 needs. They need someone to shake some things in order to get things done. So I have plenty of experience as a business owner, plenty of experience as a local organization member, participant, and what can I say? I love the city, so you guys aren't going to get rid of me so easily. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I would like you to do your closing statements.
Thank you so much to everyone that has participated tonight. I also want to let you know that I'm rooted here. I pay a mortgage here. I'm a small business owner here. I'm experienced. I'm involved in our community. I have been for many years and will not stop doing that. This community raised me. And as the son of Buena Park, I'm going to help take care of it, whether I get on council or not. In addition to that, I'd like to state that this community, Buena Park, has been recognized as a close-knit community. And I got to let you know, if I get on council, cozy up, because we're going to get a little closer. I'm Carlos Franco, running for Buena Park City Council District 2. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, all of you, including our question sorters and timers and the audience, for coming tonight and participating. Thank you for our candidates for stepping up to run and for showing up tonight. I'd like to applaud everybody because, you all helped make this happen. So thank you so much.